I'm really excited about working on this play because it takes place in the 1700s in a convent. It is 20 years after the death of Sor Juana, who is a famous Latin nun who was a philosopher and a playwright and a poet and wrote music. And so it takes place in her convent 20 years after her death. And three young women arrive of three different classes. Two of them are servants, and one of them is the daughter of a wealthy Spaniard. And it is the first day of them arriving, and through the course of the play, they discover her papers and are transported, and their imagination is stimulated and inspired by, and their world kind of explodes open as that armoire explodes open with images of and actual papers that she wrote on. And what I think is going to be thrilling is that OSF has created an opportunity for a new play to happen within the season, and that we are in the process, literally, of cooking and discovering and researching this play. And since I've been working on it, I'm just really realizing that how connected it is to Shakespeare. It's very Shakespearean in the world, and the characters are full of life and passionate, and this world is magical and colorful and lyrical, and there's going to be music and how the arts impact the women behind these closed doors. And I think that is what's exciting, because our assumptions about class are going to be challenged, our assumptions about this time in the world, but in Mexico specifically, our assumptions about nuns and convent life, that we tend to think, oh, is it the flying nun, is it the sound of music, and how the work that these women are doing and what they're thinking about and what they're learning from each other and how they're finding their way in the world is beyond our assumptions. And I'm excited for the audience to enter into that cloistered world and be a part of that. Because it's so early in the process, it's hard to talk about what we're going to be doing in terms of design. But because, it's early 1700s, it's a cloistered convent, it's behind these magnificent doors, that are larger than life. If you look them up on the internet, they're huge, they're massive, they're like a castle. And when you enter into that world, the world just explodes. Like Tanya describes, it's like a Disney movie come to life. There's chickens and goats and the hustle and bustle. It's a world within this world. And so I'm imagining, and it's early, so forgive me if it changes slightly, that we're going to probably stay true to the magnificence of that. Especially as you travel through Europe and Mexico and you see these buildings. I know I always wonder, like, what was it like really during that time? So I think we're going to probably be true in terms of the location where we live, so people can get the feel of those walls and the coolness and the shadow nature that can happen when you're going down in tunnels, but that the costumes and the music are going to bring out the passion and the life and the hunger for knowledge that these women have in their souls, and that are reflected in the food that they're eating and preparing, and the songs that they are singing, and the lost papers of Sor Juana that they're discovering, and them finding their own voice through all of those influences. So don't assume that it's a nun play, that it's going to be about religion. It's more about finding your way in the world and discovering yourself as a human being, and how legacy affects you. I'm definitely feeling the effects of Sor Juana, and how what she did resonates in my life right now. And I think the audience will feel that too.